The focus of this video is glide reflection in geometry. What is glide reflection? In geometry, a glide reflection is a rigid motion in which first a translation maps the pre-image, which is this one, to the translated image, which is pink. Now I'm going to translate this. So this is the translation. I'm moving this in one particular direction. So this pink one is a translation of the red one. So it has been translated. So that is what it says here. And then a reflection in a line. So I'm going to do the reflection. Then the reflection in a line, which is a red color, parallel, this is important, parallel to the direction of the translation. Now this red line or the line of reflection is parallel to this translation. The direction of the translation is along this line, and this line and the line of reflection, they are parallel. So when a translation takes place in one direction and then there is a reflection in a line which is parallel to the line of translation, the image created is the green image. It is called glide reflection. Watch, I'm going to move the line of reflection. So obviously the direction of reflection is being changed, but you can see in any way the line of reflection is parallel to the line of translation. So this is the glide reflection. If I move it the other way, it is the same thing. You can see the no translation, first create a translation, then reflection. If the line of translation is, let me make this the vertical line. So now you can see this is the vertical line, no translation, first create a translation and then reflection. If I move this, you can see this is also a line of this is the glide reflection. What happens if the line is the line of reflection is horizontal? You can still see that. No translation, create a translation in a particular direction and then take the reflection in across the line of reflection, which is parallel to the direction of the translation. So this is the translation. We move it. If I move in any way, this is always parallel to this. So this green image is the glide reflection of the red or pre-image. Whether it is a horizontal, what happens if it is 45 degree? We can see it is 45 degree. Let us keep it this way. Is it a glide reflection? The green one, yes, it is a glide reflection, because first we created a translation and then we have the reflection in the line of reflection, which is in the same direction where the translation has taken place. You can see it is the same. These two lines for a glide reflection must be parallel. The line of reflection must be parallel to the line of translation. That is important. I'm going to show you a counter example. Let me hide this and let me have this. This is another reflection of the translated image. You see, this is no translation. I translated this and there is a reflection, but the blue image is the reflection across the x-axis. You can see here the distance between the blue image and the pink, the translated image, is same. when there is a reflection across the x-axis, you can see the distance is same from this point to the line of reflection, which is the x-axis, and then the corresponding point of the blue image to the line of reflection, which is the x-axis. In this case it is the same. So the line of reflection is in this case is a x-axis. It is not the line of reflection which is parallel to the line of translation. So will this blue image is a glide reflection? No, it is not a glide reflection, because the reflection is not across the line of reflection which is parallel to the line of translation. So this is not a line of reflection. Even if I change the direction, you can see it here. When I change the direction, but even in this case, the green one is the glide reflection, but the blue one is not, because the blue one is the reflection of the translated image about x-axis, which is not parallel to the line of reflection. But what happens if I make this red line, which is the line of reflection, if I make this parallel to the x-axis? So what I mean, if I'm going to make this line as a horizontal line, then the green and the blue image should be, now this becomes because the line of reflection in this case is the same as the x-axis, so these two images has the overlapping. So the blue is not the glide reflection, the green is the glide reflection, because the line of reflection is parallel to the line of translation. So based on this, you will see there are some questions on the same page where we are going to show you how to find the answer, whether a particular reflection or translation is a glide or not. So, but what happens in what we are going to call this reflection, I mean the blue one, is not a glide reflection, but otherwise what it will be called. So there is something else called as composition of transformation. This is a kind of composition where when two or more transformations are combined to form a single transformation, the result is a composition of transformation. So in this case, it is a composition of transformation, but it is not a glide reflection, because the line of reflection is not parallel to the line of translation. It is a composition of transformation, we can call this. Though a glide reflection is an example of composition of transformation, what does it mean? All composition are not going to be glide reflection, but all glide reflection or composition transformation. So this is what we can see. There is no there is no we did first, we are going some translation, so it is a composition of two combine the two transformation. In this one there is a translation and then reflection in the line of reflection which is not parallel to the line of translation, so it will be called as composition of transformations, but it is not a glide reflection. In order to have a glide reflection, the reflection has to be across the line which is parallel to the line of translation, like this one. I hope you understand the difference between a glide reflection and a composition of transformation. The composition of transformation, any two, like it is written here, when two or more transformations are combined to form a single transformation, the result is a composition of transformations. A glide reflection is an example of a composition of transformation, but all composition transformations are not glide reflections.